As with all journeys, our begins on the ground level, the earth element, the first chakra. Known as the one that supports us in feeling grounded, nourished, and safe, the Mulidara Chakra, as it's called in Sanskrit, is the deepest, most dense, lowest energy within our human frame. It relates to the condition of our home, our body, our career, and all of the foundational elements of our life. In the body, when the first chakra is open and energy is flowing through it, we feel supported by a stable foundation that allows us to grow and for energy to expand. The Earth's first chakra, located on the west coast of North America in the Cascade Mountain Range, is located at Mount Shasta. A mountain itself, with its wide base and formidable stature, embodies the established energy of the earth. But Mount Shasta is so much more than a mere mountain, for she is the full embodiment of Mother Earth and her entire unified whole. Her role may just be to support the rest of the planet to evolve and ascend. My short visit here recently in 2021 allowed me to ground into Mother Earth, to myself, and to the core of it all. Sometimes raw and unforgiving, sometimes lush and mystical, Shasta requires one to unplug from the outside world in order to truly plunge into the deepest levels of who we are on this planet and how we can work to support the one whole of our precious world. The word presence came to me over and over again during my stay in Shasta. Not one for patience, and often one for a petulance to push. The land required me to take one step at a time and to not look ahead, to truly anchor in the present moment and just be. At first glance, and perhaps with grand ignorance, Shasta seems barren and dry. Of course, I experienced her at her driest time in decades. With little snow on the peak and the wells of Panther Meadow all but dried up due to oppressive heat waves, it took more than a mere moment to see the truth and watch her unfold. But once I did, I became enamored with the magnificent silence and awe-inspired beauty. Earth is the element of the first chakra. You can think of Earth strictly elementally as a hard, dense material of soil and rock, but also as an entire ecosystem of life on our planet, inclusive of all elements. In Mount Shasta, the waters, albeit less noticeable than usual, were present. The air blew wonderful breezes, as well as carried the smoke from the western wildfires. The sun's fiery, scorching rays pierced down from the sky every day, and the presence of spirit, noted by the ether element, is both undeniably present and exclusively individual. Shasta is the Great Mother, Pachamama, Gaia. Shasta embodies, as the mother of all, the effects of our human footprint, and at the same time offers a path of forgiveness and healing. In the yogic sister science of health Ayurveda, the qualities of earth, or Prithivi, are said to be tamas, heavy, stable, and dense. The karma or action is downward, as in the gravitational pull or attraction. And the kosha or sheath of our being is that of Annamaya kosha, relating to the physical body and food. Most certainly, the energy of Mount Shasta feels dense with a heavy and formidable downward pull. I myself consistently felt being pulled downward to the lowest parts of the mountain, ironically where the water and plant life thrived. Whenever an incline was met, my body reacted viscerally, and my steps became labored and small. My body felt heavier and more dense, and my energy completely recoiled from the upward movement. Certainly I wanted to find a way to crawl inside of Shasta, to the belly of the mother, tunneling in to her core to find home. In the human body, the areas associated with the first chakra are the bones and teeth, legs, feet, knees and buttocks, anus, bowel, and large intestine, as well as overall good, healthy immunity. It's easy to see how identifying with the lowest chakra in the human body supports the rest of the being. For if we do not have strong legs and feet to walk upon this fabulous earth, we cannot respectfully worship her. If our overall health is not good, then the rest of our person will falter. Without a strong matrix, the bones, we would be hopelessly unshapen and with a lack of structure and form. With utmost respect to Mount Shasta, she is the bones of the earth. And as such, all of the other layers, elements, and energies spring forth from her presence, which eventually allows one to climb the spiritual ladder and awaken to wisdom, understanding, and greater spiritual dimensions. This discussion leads us to the esoteric and mystical realms of the mountain and her history. For the spirituality of Mount Shasta is personal and will only reveal itself to you when you are completely present with her. A former continent, changed by moving tectonic plates and ice ages, named Lumoria, is believed to have once been the home of a thriving advanced race of humans who were said to have ascended to a higher level of consciousness. The history of Lumoria is said to go back 4,500,000 BC. Our historical records begin with a published article in 1864 by zoologist Philip Sclater. Then, in 1899, Frederick Spencer Oliver published a book called A Dweller on Two Planets, claiming that survivors of the sunken continent called Lumoria were living in Mount Shasta in an expansive tunneling system beneath the mountain. Many locals to the area note seeing very tall people in white robes. Witnessed accounts accumulated over the years until in 1904, a British prospector named J.C. Brown claimed to have unearthed an underground city 11 miles deep into the mountain, full of 10-foot-tall mummies, gold, and other artifacts. A team of 80 explorers gathered to embark on a journey of discovery to this buried city, but on the very day of their embarkment, J.C. Brown disappeared, never to be seen again. Today, many people at Mount Shasta continue to have experiences with Lumorians, as well as other ascended masters, such as Mother Mary, Buddha, Kuan Yin, and Saint Germain, with archangels like Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Metatron, with Atlanteans and other dimensional beings. While my own short visit did not reveal any visions of such beings, I was able to connect to a much vaster reality from fully rooting into the land. Our more recent ancestors of the land, the many various Native American tribes who have resided in the area for eons, have always treated Mount Shasta as a sacred mountain. Ceremonies, as well as general reverence and respect for the mountain, are a way of life for those who occupy space here. So whatever way you consider the history of Mount Shasta, the one constant is the sacredness of the land. When present with Mount Shasta, the external world falls away, slowly or quickly, depending on where you are on your own spiritual path. And once you open up to her, you discover that the other chakras begin to awaken, and that spiritual connection at the crown chakra blossoms into a deeper activation of your own spiritual identity. There are no limits or boundaries to the spiritual paths that can awaken once you plug into Mount Shasta. And that is the key. to root downward. And yet, she is massively tall. Mount Shasta's elevation at her peak is 14,180 feet. In our highest climb, we reached over 8,000 feet, less than halfway to the peak. It took us 5 hours, and we went nearly 6 miles, breaking for water or snacks, as well as ceremony and gratuitous snapshots. Along with the healings and spiritual connections, I also experienced moments of fear. It was only by slowing down, stopping, and being present that I was able to connect to an intrinsic trust with the earth and my own survival. Today, everyone on earth is collectively experiencing a trauma of the first chakra. We are all living in a constant survival mode. Gripped with constant fear of death, many people have lost the ability to feel their foundational trust in the world. As I dive into the earth energies and the healing of the first chakra, I wonder if coming to the earth's first chakra and grounding in could be an incredible healing to our own individual first chakras. I also ponder if perhaps this collective survival fear is contributing to the mountain experiencing drier and hotter climate. For she is holding on to a lot of energy for the entire planet. Just a week prior to my arrival, she erupted with lava flares, an incredible reminder of the intense energy found within her, and her ability to transform and transmute energy. We are all trying to heal, and she is holding space for us, and that is a very heavy weight to carry. My small ceremony on the mountain felt important in giving back to her for all that she does and continues to do for the human race. Earth. Everything on our beautiful planet exemplifies oneness. Mount Shasta, the Earth's Earth Chakra, holds this energy and avails it to those who may wish to encounter it on her slopes, meadows, and trails. How perfect to begin the ascended path of understanding with the solid density of the root chakra of Mother Earth.